Hi, this is Mike Collinson here again. Today I'm going to take you for a walk around my property. I recently saw a video by Seth Johnson from Land to House. If you don't already subscribe to him, I'll put a link down beneath. It'll be certainly worth your while looking at his site. He's got some lovely bit of land up in North Carolina, and he took us all for a walk around his property the other day. So I'm doing the same. He's inspired me to do the same. So here we go. I hope you enjoy. As you can see, we live in a fairly rural area, but certainly not isolated. It's about a 15-minute walk from the centre of the village. This is our drive down to the house, with a row of lime trees on the right-hand side, and hydrangeas on the left, and our lawn in front. The rhododendrons at the back are just at the point of coming out and look pretty spectacular when they're all out. We have a cherry blossom tree in the middle of the lawn, which doesn't really do a lot, so I think at some stage I'm going to take this out. It just produces just the odd couple of flowers, not very nice at all. The house is what they call Neo-Breton style. Typically French, little chicket windows, with stone mullions around the door and the windows. Very nice. View back round our garden and our drive again, and then walking on past our little French car. We have a Citroen C1, but again, typically French, I suppose. The side of the garage is full of rose trees, and then we walk round to the back of the house. On the back side here, I've built a decking area, and I don't know what you call it, probably a pergola. I'll just take you up there and show you what I've done. It's I built seating around rounding all sides, and altogether when we have barbecues here we can take about 20 people. That's a vine I'm hoping to grow up over the top of this. One day it'll hopefully cover the whole lot. There's our cat Ellie. She's more like a dog than a cat. She follows me around. Walking down over the back lawn, is some of the wood I've cut from our trees for our wood burner. Our wood burner is fantastic. Keeps us in heat all winter. I've got now a good supply already cut. Going around to the back of the house, you can see the entrance to our cellar. We've got a full-size cellar, runs the whole length of our house, and that's the steps back up to the front of the house again. So here she comes again. As I said, she'll probably follow me around most of this trip. Walking out past, this is a tractor shelter I built a few weeks ago. Again, I cut this out of the timber that was growing only last year. I sawed it up with my Alaskan sawmill. Houses the tractor and the ride-on mower. Yet more wood, and another shed full of cut and split timber. This is all ready for probably next winter. There's a full winter's worth in there. Altogether, I've probably got about 3 to 4 winters worth of wood already cut. Onto our back grassed area. There used to be a line of trees up on the left-hand side, but I've taken them all out, which provides a lot more light to the house. At the top half of the garden, on the way up rather, we have there's some fruit trees I put in. There's an apple tree, a plum, a couple more apples, and then the top area that's fenced in here is it's all down to fruit. These are raspberry canes. We've got both summer and autumn raspberries, so we get quite a few raspberries. There's a couple of rhubarb plants in there as well. And then in this other garden, we've got some black currants, blackberries, some more raspberries, and our strawberry beds, and a few cabbages, etc. in there as well. As you can see, I've fenced off both these gardens to stop the deer eating them. They're lovely creatures, but they're not so nice when they eat all your food. Going up to the top corner of our property, the drive here is actually, we have some people that own a piece of land at the back. They've got access over this, although we very rarely see them. They're nice people. They just come now and again. Sometimes we don't see them for weeks. Other times they'll come a couple of days running and collect some wood, but apart from that we don't see much of them. The tank here on the left hand side is the tank that I pump the water up from the stream with my ram pump. As you can see, it's up high enough to feed the garden, and you're looking down over the field to the line of trees at the bottom. The bottom of those trees is still another 20 foot up from the water, from the stream level, so it's pumping up water maybe 50 or 60 feet. Quite incredible, really. On the left hand side here is a couple more fruit trees we put in. Cherry first of all. That was given by my son to my wife for her birthday. And a plum that we put in. Carrying on down to our garden, which is about 15 metres by 25 metres that I rotivate. And this last week I've put another tank down here that I'm feeding water again from the ram pump. I'll just show you in here a minute what we've done. This hose pipe goes through the hose pipe runs behind this line of trees from the stream up to the top, and what I've done, I've just put in a T-junction, and now I can just I can just get water whenever I want to fill up the bin there. So I've always got water to use the watering can. That runs down to the and pulls it up from the stream. Back out again to our garden. The potatoes I'm particularly pleased with this year. I've got 8 rows of potatoes in. They've been in the bottom. The ones on the left hand side were put in about 6 weeks ago, and up to the ones on the right hand side, which were put in just over 3 weeks ago. So we've got 8 rows of potatoes there, so all in all enough potatoes to last us a year. This is our shredder mulcher that I bought this year. I used to burn up all the rubbish from the trees, but now everything gets mulched, gets put back onto the garden, around the fruit garden, and around borders as necessary. Carrying on walking down through our field now. The boundary line is, as you can see, the trees on the right hand side. We're coming up to the last big conifer that I took down. It was probably around about 60 foot tall, and you can see where I've left the trunks there. The bottom one I'm already cutting up into planks of wood with the Alaskan sawmill, and this is going to form a greenhouse for next spring. It'll take me quite a while to cut the timber for it and to build it. So we'll walk down on here, past here now, down over quite a steep slope. This is maybe 15 or 20 foot down to the stream level. Rhododendron bushes here, as you can see on the right. And we drop down to a bridge that I've made over. As you can see, the pipe for the ram pump takes water from the top there, that's where it draws it from, and I've run it down through the stream, goes underneath the bridge. That's an intermediary tank that I put in just to move the supply closer to the ram pump because it was too far away. Otherwise it just stops working. It really is a beautiful setting along here. There's a lot of moss on the trees. It's just a nice nice gentle look to it. The stream tinkling away in the background. It really is nice. In my bottom field, there's an interesting thing. You can see this rock in the middle of my field. The area is well known for these rocks. They stem from the Ice Age. This particular one could well be close to 100 tons. I have no intention of moving it. It'll stay where it is. But there's a huge amount of them in this area. I'm going to walk you down now through through our bottom field meadow. There's a swing there I've put up for the kids, and go on past. The ground gets a bit it's a bit muddy along here, so I've got to pick my way through a bit carefully and jump up over the stump here. But I'd like to show you the actual ram pump in action. Anyway, you can see the tank of the pump there at the end of the photo. Just coming down to it now. The water here just seems to disappear under rocks under the ground, but as you can see, it's busy pumping away. As I said to you before, it really is probably working at its limits, from the stream hub here up to the bottom line of those conifers is maybe 20 foot or more, and then it raises maybe another 30 foot up to the actual tank. So I'm pumping water up maybe a good 50 foot vertically, and certainly over 300 foot away. All in all, it really does work very well indeed. Where the pump was about the end point of our boundary line, and so from about that line of trees, the thick line of trees you can see there on the left hand side, and the boundary line on the top is this line of trees coming up in front of us. I'll walk you along the top line here now. We don't really do anything to this section. The grass grows in the summertime rather, and it just dies off in the winter. I just let it go. It's too far away from the house to do anything with. There's an old shed here. I think it must have been used as a goat shed or something at one time, but I don't use it. It's just covered over. Walking along to the end here, as I say, the boundary line is on our left hand side. It really is. This is a lovely little area along here. It's just a nice wooded area that's coming up that runs down beside the stream. So I'm going to take you for a little walk through the glades here. There's bluebells on the side. There's odd trees that seem to spring out of rocks. It's just got a nice gentle feel to it along here. Again, we do nothing to it. I just like to come here and walk around it. A hedge line on the left is obviously our boundary line still, with the stream on the right hand side. So it's not very wide here. It's fairly narrow, but it's very pretty. I'll just take you down to towards the end, and you can see the last end part of the boundary line. All in all, about 2¼ acres, and I love living here. It's a lovely place. I hope you've enjoyed this walk around. If you have, please take a moment to subscribe, and I'll look forward to catching up with you all again later. Goodbye.